On this episode of BeamNG Roadkill, you get a gambler shootout, you get a gambler drag race, and the return of the legendary Rally Hawk. That was almost bad. Okay, oh boy, we got a lot of cars on screen for an average episode. But pretty much, we are finally going. And, doing the Gambler Special. Yes. So, recently, BeamNG released a forum for a gambler contest where people had to go and make their own Gambler 500 cars. For people who don't know what the Gambler 500 is, it's basically taking a $500 car and doing shit like this to it, and you have to drive it off-road. So, I have gathered not only the winner of the contest, which is the pickup truck here, but honestly, in my opinion, my favorite gambler mods, and we're going to put them up against the ones that the developers made here, which I would say is a pretty poor selection, honestly. Like, there's like a couple cool gambler cars, in my opinion, that the devs have made. I've decided to use this disappointment because I want to make this thing better in a projects episode. And also, I will say, like, a couple of these we are keeping. Like, the COVID pickup, that's going to go back. We're not going to keep another Bull-Eyed because, honestly, like, there's not much else I could do to this Bull-Eyed. It's what it is, and it would never get changed. A few of these cars, like, there's lots of upgrades I can do. Like, the Blue Buck Pre-Runner here, I can put a stroker engine in it. This thing, turbos. Go down the drag strip. Honestly, I'm only keeping this thing because it's supercharged and it sounds cool and honestly drives really good. Then you have the Scavenger we're keeping, and well, you already know that the Corvette is not going to be living by the end of this because it's a Corvette and it's also 3-wheel drive and unstable as shit. But we need one more vehicle to make it fair. And right here, everybody, is a legendary vehicle. This is the OG Moonhawk, or more known as the Rally Hawk. Now, the last time you saw the Rally Hawk, it was lifted and all crazy with like 4-wheel drive and a twin-turbo V8. It is no longer that. That is why it's in primer, because I have restored the car back to its stock body. We've put stock fenders back on it, and I've made some upgrades to the vehicle as well. We put a late model tail panel in it. We also got rid of the rear bumper because I think I added that on the 4-wheel drive one and put in a filler panel. The biggest thing, though, to make the vehicle better, and this is on the edge of like it being a $500 vehicle, it's now tube chassis. Yeah, so the whole front clip of the vehicle is now a tube chassis, which I felt was very needed for this vehicle because I have jumped it so many times that I'm pretty sure the frame was bent. So I tube chassied the front end. And I think, honestly, that's better for something that's going to be mainly off-road use because it allows me to basically rebuild the front easier in case it's ever destroyed. Which, let's hope we don't. But pretty much, we're going to bring this thing back, and then we're going to have a shootout with all the vehicles. And my Moonhawk is basically going to represent the BeamNG team, which the goal is to basically use mostly BeamNG parts, but the motor's not going to be BeamNG. It's going to be a mod. There's a lot of clash of mods here today, so I'll try to list them all if I can find them, because honestly, like a couple of these I'm probably not going to be able to find again. So, or at least with the time that I have for getting these episodes together. So, to kind of go through everything, the Grand Scavenger, it's a retired cop car that's clapped. It's fine. Corvette, it has tractor parts and a giant wheel in the back and a tractor wheel. Corvette, it was a burn victim. Car burnt down. The guy basically bought the car out from insurance, and he tube chassied the whole rear of the car, made it four-wheel drive with 6 wheels, and instead of keeping the bull-eyed V8, he put a Legrand V6 in it with the transaxle connected to like an all-wheel drive system in it. So all 4 wheels drive in the back. Corvette pickup, it's basically just a Corvette with the back cut off of it, and oddly looks like a Mini Cooper. I don't even need to explain this thing. It's a blue buck body put onto a like plumber's pipe tube chassis, pretty much. Honestly, like this is the coolest one of all the vehicles here, in my opinion. This is the best one. This is a bull-eyed with everything cut off of it, so it's basically a Leroy. I think B is for Build did something with this. And then this is a 200BX. It's got like a 6-cylinder out of a hopper, a rear end out of a truck, control arms out of a truck. the rear is like cut out of it and everything. It's crazy. And for some reason we have a pallet as a roof rack, but that's cool. Yeah. This thing's also really cool. So, to get on track here, because we have a lot going on in this episode, let's build the Rally Hawk to its former glory. And the first thing we're going to do is go into here in the tuning. Oh boy, the menus are not happy. Oh, I got to put all the rally suspension back in it. Shit. Nope. Ooh, we're going places. Wonder if it would just be easier to move the vehicles to the track. Yeah, we're going to do that really quick. Okay, so I'm basically trying to get back to this car's roots here, and I have the mod that basically lifts this thing. It's going to be a little broken for a second. No, was it the springs that break it? Yeah, there it is. That's going to be broken for a second. Don't worry about that. But we're pretty much going to try and keep this thing as cheap as we possibly can. I'm not going to do tires yet. But lift it and put a decent set of tires on it. I think this thing's going to get 33s in the end. Probably going to put different tires on it later on. But yeah. Just making sure that at least all the suspension is set to rally, and I'm putting a locked differential in it instead of a limited slip, because that's going to help it with traction when going uphill. Honestly, I'm going to move it down to a 283. I kind of want longer gears in it. We'll see how that ends up. And for suspension, we're going to reset it. So it's all kind of back at stock values. And we're going to put 3 meters on both the spring heights. And maybe soften the rear springs a little bit. But that's because there's no engine in it right now. Why do I keep going to that menu? Well, engine. Okay, I did update it. So, pretty much, I have an engine mod here that has a 302, 455 olds. We're going to go with a 5.7 liter LT1 out of a C4 Corvette, because I think that is the most fun. And it's going to be stock ECU. Oh, I kind of wanted side pipes. Wah. Holly 4-barrel. The only thing I'm going to do is give it a heavy-duty lawn block because I want to rev it out a little bit, so maybe rev it to 6,500. Engine mounts are fine. Tubular exhaust headers. Apparently the only option is the dry sump, which I guess is healthier for the vehicle in the long run. No nitrous on it, and it's going to keep the GM 5-speed with just like a lightened flywheel. I'm not going to go crazy. For cooling, it's got a drag performance radiator. I think we're just going to go with a high performance radiator. I don't think it needs to be drag efficiency, but how it sounds. Sounds good. But the most important part is it's got to rev more. So I'm thinking if the rev limiter's not tunable. Shit. It needs an ECU. Adjustable rev limiter. Okay, so ooh, it made it lower. $65. Yeah, I think it could take it. I'd say that's pretty good. Whoa. It bank shifts really good. Gonna have to watch. Gonna have to watch doing burnouts with this thing. I don't think the cooling system's gonna keep up with it, but I think that's pretty solid. I just gotta put wheels and tires on this, and I think I'm just gonna make the thing green again because it looks weird. Gray primer. It needs to be the color again. So we're gonna get that on. Then we're gonna head over to the drag strip, and we're gonna drag race these cars in a bracket style system. So, or at least. We're going to put cars head-to-head with what I think they're going to be on par with, if that makes any sense. Honestly, kind of unfair right now because a lot of the cars have horsepower. The modded cars and this thing is horsepower over the others, but we'll see. So the first race is between the Rally Hawk and the Exo Bolide. Oh, hold on. Gotta do this. Oh boy, okay. Well, it's probably matching the horsepower that it should be putting out for most of these cars. Oh god, I'm getting my ass whooped. Damn. 13-2. Hold on, I want to retry that. Try the same funnel. We'll run that back one more time. That wasn't, like, terrible, though. Honestly, just restart. Yeah, do this. Damn. Oh, God, that is stiff in the rear. I'm dumping the shit out of the clutch on this thing. Wow, that was worse. Alright, the Rally Hawk is just slower. Alright, next race. The next race is pretty much performance versus performance here. Or at least the same vehicles with the same performance, but one has 3 wheels, which I'm interested to see the difference in drivetrain loss, honestly. Oh, we're kicking his ass. It's an 18 set. Oh, Jesus Christ. As we can tell, this thing is not going to survive any sort of autocross. A 2152 at 60 miles an hour. I feel like this is living to gambler expectations. Next race. Okay. Next up is just because I really don't know if these things are even, just to see how fast they are. Oh. God, sorry for that. Burnout. Also, we're doing this, oh shit, I can't see anything. Oh, this thing's way faster. $13.5, not bad. $13.7 on that one. All right. Now the 2 slowest cars, I think, in my opinion. Now this race here is really like what is a better launch, because whatever launches better is probably going to have a more successful race. Oh God, it's really going to be the Grand Marshal, ain't it? Hold on. Let's run this back. Oh, shit. Well, we're not running it back. Honestly, I think that they're all pretty even performance-wise, in my opinion. Kind of glad with the Rally Hawk. Okay. So, now it's time to go and do the thing that Gambler knows how to do best, and that is a Gambler Cross. I think that's what they call it. It's basically a dirt or an off-road rally cross, and I know a track that is pretty abusive. So, we're going to get everything shipped out there, and I'll see you then. So, pretty much what we're going to do is all these vehicles are going to get a lap. And I guess we're just going to see how they fare. I'm not really looking for time, but I think we'll know what the quickest is by just pure performance. So we're going to get the one that's going to be the worst out of the way because of this issue right here. Yeah, this one is this one's going to be the hardest. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus. It jumps pretty good. We're on our side, we're on our side, we're on our side. Back on the wheels. No, back on the wheels. There we go. Oh. All right, there's the first one. Oh, Jesus Christ. Go back on your wheels. Oh. This one just shouldn't be raced. Oh, Jesus. No, not that much momentum. There you go. Keep going. Keep going, Corvette. No. Yep. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Survival. Survival is best. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna give the three-wheeled monstrosity here an F-. Because, yeah, but honestly, I will admit it's probably one of the cooler gambler cars that came out of the update, so. Yeah, great in concept. There is a four-wheeled version of this, but I don't have it downloaded. Okay, what's next? We'll go Corvette to Corvette. Also, let me just point that out. Watch this. Starts right up. So this was the winner of the entire gambler contest. We'll do first person for this one. Oh god, this thing is actually pathetically slow. Ooh, it took that jump well, though. It's actually doing decent. And I'm still flat out. I haven't taken my finger off the trigger yet. Honestly, that's kind of why I love front-wheel drive cars for off-roading. I could see why this is a winner. Flat out. Oh, that's not working. Oh no. Oh no, it's not welded. This thing could be so good with like a bigger engine. Alright, let's see how it takes the rocks. Oh, like a pro. So my only complaints about this car, it ain't loud enough to be a gambler car. It needs to be obnoxious. It needs no muffler. Yeah, it ain't loud enough, and it doesn't have the horsepower. If this thing had like a better engine swapped into it, oh man, let's not do that thing yet. You know, let's get the bull-eyed going. Oh, Jesus. I can already tell what the issue is with this one. There's a bottle sticking out of the floor. Whoa. There's not enough weight in the back. We're breaking it. I don't want to break this thing. There's not enough weight. The spring rate on the rear shocks is just terrible for how much weight is not there. Oh, boy. Oh, it jumped the rocks, though. Okay. Jesus Christ, the fucking shocks. They are not happy. So I think we bent the rear wheel a little bit. All right, bull-eyed the bull-eyed. Oh, Jesus. Oh, this thing's actually quick. Oh man, this thing's good. This thing's phenomenal, actually. Holy shit. Oh. Holy crap. I did not expect performance like that out of this thing. This is actually phenomenal. Okay. This will stay around. Because honestly, I wonder if this would be faster if a bull-eyed V8 was swapped back into it with turbos than a two-wheel drive one. I wonder, just because the four wheels in the back are being powered, if this would actually be faster and handle better around a racetrack than that. So if it did it on dirt, I feel like it could do it on pavement. That I need to do, or even is that even possible with this like config? No. So I'd be stuck trying to get as much power out of the V6 as I could. Shit. Well, that adds to it. That adds to the challenge. This is going to stay around. I'm doing something with this again. 100%. That's amazing. All right, what hasn't gone? This hasn't gone. Now I already know this is a Grand Marshal. Oh god, the suspension is so boaty. It's actually handling pretty good, though. Oh, we lost the jerry can. Oh, we lost the ammo box, I think. Are we gonna lose a tire by the end of the track? Oh, this thing's actually a riot. This needs a better engine, or at least power. Oh, Jesus. Honestly, did a lot better than I expected. The config is disappointing. It's just a couple parts, but... Alright, so I think we are down to the Blue Buck. And the Moonhawk. Which we already know. This thing is going to perform good. It just has a very tired V8 in it. It requires a lot of shifting to keep it in a good power band. Oh, Jesus. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. Oh, that sounded bad. Hoopty X is what it is, actually, what Gambler does, I think. Yeah. Just want to say, like, the old school, like, twin beam, like, front suspension out of a Bronco is a neat touch on this. And the final one. Oh, Jesus. Should have kept the 308 in it. Oh, shit. Yes. That is honestly a success on this car's part. When I tore this thing apart and put like the twin turbo V8 in it and the 4-wheel drive and everything, it took the novelty away from this fucking thing. And now it's back to where I love it. Oh my god. The engine's perfect, the power band is perfect. The only thing that I would change is the rear gear. And this thing is perfect. Holy shit. This is what this car was. It's just a fun, like, thrash car that you could take off-road and into the mud. And it does it perfectly. And honestly, like, all these cars performed well, minus the Gambler Corvette. I think that's just a disappointment. Still a really cool Gambler car and a lot of detail put into it, so I can see why it's a winner. It's just the engine isn't the greatest in the stock configuration. But the the Exo Bolide, that's going to get turbos and go up against the Bolide card easily. That can happen. The whatchamacallit, the Grand Scambler or the Grand Scavenger is going to go up against the fucking Blue Buck when I do what I want to it. The other Bolide, like taking it around a track and seeing how fast it can go with 4 wheels instead of 2, which I honestly think it can handle a lot better and pull more G's in corners, which is an awesome test. And then the 3-wheeled Corvette is just... it's a cool config, but it's just not fun to drive, in my opinion. I wish it had training wheels like the Pigeon. That'd honestly be a great mod to make for the Corvette. But here's your Gambler shootout. Did the devs do it better, or did the mod makers do it better, or did I do it better with the Moonhawk here? Let me know, because honestly, that 6-wheel drive Bolide grew the hell up in my mind. That thing was boring as shit to me, except the 4-wheel drive with 6 wheels, until I off-roaded it. That made me love the car. So, yeah. And let me know what you're excited to see come back from this shootout, because there's ideas. Plus, there's probably more work that I can do here in the Moonhawk, so you'll see it again on a future episode of Roadkill. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.